recording. And this is also live in our Facebook group. In case people are having trouble getting on, you can go straight to the Facebook group and you can join and watch us there. All right, so I'm going to go over this. Number one, first step is you need to be a member of the Zero Debt College Project, which is not difficult to do. Any student at all can join the Zero Debt College Project. I'm putting the link here in the chat, and any student can join. If you are in pre-K through college, any student can join. It's free for our youngest members and kind of varying amounts up from there. So that's number one. You need to actually be an actual member of the Zero Debt College Project, on the roster of the Zero Debt College Project. Next, you need to be invited to leadership. To get invited to leadership, you need to demonstrate leadership qualities. I made a few notes here of some students to explain how we got there. And the irony is that I see one's mother on here, and two of them are actually logged in, Aaliyah and Alexa. Y'all are on my list to use as examples of how I recognize leaders and pick them. So we have some alumni here on the call, some royalty on the call tonight, Aaliyah and Alexa Williams. Actually, y'all were literally on my list to use as examples. So I'll come back to that. But the next thing is you got to be identified and invited into leadership. The third is you've got to complete a leadership invitational over a weekend. The leadership invitational includes applying for a scholarship, doing your scholarship resume, and completing a few other tasks, because I need to see if you can do it, if you can hang. Dr. Thompson moves fast, so you got to be able to move fast with me. And that's how I pick the leaders. After that weekend, if you make it through the weekend, you're good. Okay, if you can make it through the weekend, you're in. We did it just this past October. We had several students invited of varying ages, from literally first grade through college. I think about 10 students received, and I forget how many accepted it, but in the end, only 3 made it through. Only 3 made it through. But they are such varying ages. It doesn't matter how old you are, your leadership is there. I mean, we can see it. It's beautiful. We can see it. Okay, so you got to finish the leadership invitation, and then you start earning the Presidential Service Award. But here's what I'm looking for, is that you're doing it for service sake, not for the award's sake. That is not what I'm taking off my glasses and getting close. That is not what we do here. We do not do things to earn an award. We do them because they matter to us, because the issue concerns us, because we are trying to make things better, trying to make a difference. That is why we do them, okay? And I'm gonna tell you a common trait among all the leaders is I've never had to have that conversation with any of them. Ever, never. On the 1st of Neverary is when we've had that conversation. Never, never, never. I'm also not looking for students who, I don't know what the word, I do know the word. I'm trying to say a gentle word. There may not be a gentle word. Incorrigibility is a problem for Dr. Thompson. That's an issue for Dr. Thompson. It's a real issue. And if your baby don't listen to you, they ain't gonna listen to me either. And Dr. Thompson don't even do gentle parenting. So I'm not gonna be able to do it. And that's why we don't, everybody can't be up under me, because then you got an issue with how I talk to your baby when your baby is acting up, because you don't talk to your baby like your baby need to be talked to when they're acting up. So then they come to me, and Aaliyah and Alexa know I'm just they know I never had, I don't get, the kids don't have no issue with me when they in leadership, because they're not them kind of kids. So I'm just gonna be real with you. I'm so glad y'all on the call, because people think I make this stuff up. Aaliyah and Alexa, I'm gonna use y'all right now, because this is part where I come and look to Lily coming in right on target. Lily, do we do gentle parent? Lily, you might say too much. Go back in there with TT. Okay. Woo, okay. Y'all know Dr. Thompson is the LPC, licensed professional counselor, for 23 years. I don't do bad things to children, but you need to understand that discipline is an important character trait. Integrity is an important character trait, and that's what we're looking for. Okay, so, all right, back to the top. Y'all should see there's a poll that you're going to be doing tonight. I'm going to go ahead and pop the poll out there because you may as well go on and do it now. There's a poll. You can go ahead and get started on the poll, see how you do while I'm talking through the rest of the presentation. All right. So you've joined the Zero Debt College Project, and now you say, well, how do I show that I'm a leader? Well, one, you'd be participating. Y'all see Aaliyah and Alexa on this call. Now they can tell. Did I ask them to come on the call? No. When they come in town, I get a text me. Dr. Tom, you need us to do anything? I do not beg any of the leaders to do anything. So if I have to beg you, your mama got to promise you a treat. You're not a leader. You can't come and be a leader. So that's not leadership material. That's not what we're looking for. All right. So one of the things is that you are participating without prodding, pushing, confrontation. We ain't got to put our foot on your neck. You ain't outside crying. None of that is happening. Okay. So if you are in the Zero Debt College Project, we have our first community service project coming up on January 11th at the Little Elm Rec Center. If you're local, you just come, you bring your Lego bricks, and you participate in this thing where you build a part with Legos, and then you post it on social media, you tag Legos, and they donate. They donate to kids who need Legos. All right, so let's say that you signed up and you then did not do your Lego build. No problem, no harm, no foul. You will not be considered for leadership. It is that simple. All right, so then we fast forward and we have our monthly meeting. Your mama on here, you ain't on here. No problem, you will not be considered for leadership. Fast forward, you sign up for something, you reach out to me for help. I realize that for you to get from point A to point B, you're gonna need an adult to be involved, and you don't have an adult to help you. But you've reached out to me and you're helping me problem solve with you. You are welcome in leadership. So I'm sharing that with you to be clear that it's the child I'm looking at. I'm looking at their leadership potential. Your mama can't over participate in the Zero Debt College Project and try to write essays for you and then try to offer me money for your Presidential Service Award, all scenarios that have happened, and then think, one, that I'm not going to act a plum monkey nut with her on the phone, and she going to have her feelings hurt, and she going to say to people that Dr. Thompson was talking crazy to me. Y'all can go tell them all that I did, and I will do it again. I am Samuel Jackson on A Time to Kill for stuff like that. I did it, and I'll do it again. So tonight we're having this meeting, so everybody's got stuff to say. Understand, the people ain't lying on me. It's not rumors. When they say she was talking crazy to me, y'all fill in the blanks. Well, you must have asked her some stuff that was out the box, and then she tried to be gentle, but you was grown, so she only tried to be gentle for about 2 sentences. And then when you couldn't get yourself lined up, she lined you, gathered you right up, and now you telling everybody that she was talking to you like you wasn't grown in degree. And she said, okay, well, you wasn't acting like you was grown in degree, so I was giving you what you was asking for. I was fulfilling your order. All right, so here we are. If your mama's acting up with Dr. Thompson, Plum acting out, you ain't gonna be able to be in leadership because I gotta deal with her and I don't want to deal with her. So I said, let's just start off 2025 the right way. So here we are. I'm laughing because I have never actually had to do any of these things with their mama, with the other kids' mom. Tom that's on this call. I've never had to do any of these things with any of the actual leaders. None of these scenarios have ever happened. Not one time. And when they ask me for something, I give it to them. And they good for asking me for stuff at the last minute. And I say, okay, and I give it to them because that's the relationship that we have. I don't have a problem with that. I've never actually removed a child from leadership. You removed yourself. Here's how you can remove yourself. You say you're coming to something and you do not come. You say you're coming to something, you come and you do not participate. You standing over there. We started saying, could you sort the Lego bricks? We come back, ain't none of the Lego bricks sorted. We come back and you say, well, I didn't understand what you wanted me to do. Well, they asked you to sort the Lego bricks and then we look at you on your phone. Okay. You're fine being a member of the Zero Debt Project for infinity and beyond. There, it will be very cold in a place that we all know before I ask you to be in leadership. Okay. Let's see, y'all quit laughing. All right. So now, hopefully you're doing your questions. I'm going to pull a couple of parents up because they have to be on this call and their kids are perpetually in leadership. Tonda is the first one because I wrote Sydney's name down on my little piece of paper to share real quick. So these are the steps. Y'all got it. Join the Zero Debt College Project. be invited into leadership, which basically means your child is, one little kid one year said, so basically we just do what we're supposed to do. And I was like, actually, yeah, basically, if you just do what you're supposed to do, that's all. And that's it. So, Tommy, could you unmute real quick?
Good evening.
All right. Here's what I'd love if you would share. Sydney was, and technically kind of is, she was our youngest leader ever. Would you mind letting them know how Sydney was selected for leadership, and maybe just two things, because she did years worth of work, maybe just two examples of how she demonstrated her leadership. And I would love it if you could do, because these are two that I like. Them doggone books. And
okay. The teddy bears, the teddy bears, the books, the water.
The books, I mean, there's so many. The water, the teddy bears, or the books, whichever one you want to use. But I'm using her as an example because she was doing something and therefore selected for leadership. And then she never failed, ever. And she would set impossible goals. And her mama would say,
it's too much.
It's too much. And I would say, well, she's a kid, she's a leader, and we're going to make it happen. And tell me if we never didn't make it happen. We always made it happen.
So made it happen.
How she was selected. And two things she did. Aaliyah and Alexis, because y'all just happen to be here, I would love it if y'all would share about integrity and earning the Presidential Service Award with integrity. All right, go. And we got about 10 minutes. Go ahead.
Okay, so one of the ones that Dr. Thompson loves so much is the teddy bears. And she wanted to collect the teddy bears for Samaritan Inn. There were 60, they say they have roughly 60 residents, but she didn't want people to come in and during a period and not have enough teddy bears. So she said 100 teddy bears. I didn't think it was possible, but she made it possible. She made flyers, she made videos. She didn't have social media at the time. I posted those, but she did the work. And that's one of the reasons that she was selected for leadership, because she did the work. Another idea she had was 1,000 pairs of socks. I was like, we had socks in my dining room for a very long time, counting socks. But again, it was a whole thing. It's easy to do. She did the flyer, she did the video, I did the posting, she worked with Dr. Thompson. People shared it, 1,000 socks. It was easy. It never felt like it was easy for me. It always felt overwhelming. And like they said, a parent has to be involved. Well, yes, I had to do the driving to drop them off. But we created an Amazon wish list. They arrived at our house. She put a box on the porch. People dropped things off. So I'm going to make that real quick. But she did the work. And I think that is what Dr. Thompson saw that made her available to be to show her leadership. She showed her leadership on her own. These are not impossible tasks that she did. Yes. They were age appropriate things that she chose to do on her own.
And I'm going to acknowledge you publicly. Her mom, 100%, is a mom I can and still do talk plain spokenly with, and with integrity. Her mother's a mom. I have never had to say to her mother, well, did she do this or who did this? I've never had to go through her Track It Forward and question what she had written. We use a thing called Track It Forward to track the time. So I've never had to do that. Now I'm going to let Aaliyah and Alexa share real quick about integrity. And I'm going to share something. I'm going to toot their horn right now. They're away at school. And every year they end up earning the Presidential Service Award. And sometimes I think they think that I'm just giving them recognition. But they never, so when they get into leadership also, they don't have to continue tracking their time anymore, because they actually work constantly with me. They're on text level communication with me. They just do stuff all the time. So I don't nickel and dime them about their time when I'm with you some of the time that you're doing stuff. Aaliyah and Alexa, when they come home, it's constant. Can we do this? Can we do that? Well, when we do next time, can we talk to the college kids? They constantly do stuff. And I happen to know that they do things on their own too. So that was something I discovered about our leaders, is partly why they don't have to track their time, is they're doing things and not asking for a dime, not asking for recognition. They're doing it out of the goodness of their heart. So I want y'all to talk real quick about the integrity of the Presidential Service Award. Go ahead.
Hello, everyone. Just a little quick introduction. My name is Aaliyah Williams. I'm a senior family consumer science major, and I attend the illustrious Alabama A&M University, and I am a full ride scholarship recipient. And we have been the founding students of the Zero Debt College Project with Ms. Dr. Monique. So we are honored to be here.
Hi, everybody. My name is Alexa Williams. I also attend Alabama A&M University, majoring in urban regional planning, entering my senior year, also on a full ride scholarship. And yes, like my sister said, we are part of the founders. We are also twins, so we've done this together for a long time. And
all right, so just touching on the integrity of doing community service, this is something that is supposed to be within you, something that you want to do. This is what you're going to be putting on your resume, something that's going to be signed off. You don't want to just bluff everything that you do, because this is going to be checked, it's going to be certified. Dr. Thompson is looking over this. She is calling those people that you put in. When you put these in track and forward, you have to put a person that watched over. You have to put the advisor, or whoever.
They have to verify.
They have to
so
verify.
If it's not verified, they're gonna know.
They're going to know that you didn't do it.
Yeah,
and it cannot be.
But I will also,
it can't be your mama. So I'm gonna say this: your mama can't be who you met with for the whole part of your project in your community service project. You should have been meeting with other people, with volunteers, with people who were part of organizations, things like that. The girls work constantly with me. Therefore, I don't need somebody else to tell me what they did. That's the leadership. So this is partly why we're moving to that now, is because in Time to Notes, because she helps me with certifying these every year. Every single year we run into somebody where I'm looking at the albums and she's looking at the albums and I'm like, I know they want to get this recognition. This is not the way. This is not the way. So the girls have been doing, I don't know how many awards do y'all have now?
Honestly, I
too many to
counting.
count.
Yeah,
I have lost count. For perspective, you guys, they were little. They were little. They're graduating from college now. They were, what was y'all, like 14, 15?
Maybe even younger than that.
Maybe even younger than that. They were little when they started, and there's pictures all over the place, constant pictures of them doing things, getting awards. And I just want to publicly tell y'all, I love you, and I appreciate you. I appreciate you. To me, do that. Y'all, I messed this up. Am I doing it right? Okay, there we go. All right. Last person. Paige and Dr. Drain, is she here? Is she still here? I hope she is. Please unmute.
Hey, Dr. Thompson.
Would you mind, because where we started with Caden was curving his career-related community service and not having him just doing random community service projects. And I want everybody here to understand it. I talked to Caden, me and Caden got on the phone and talked through this. And then I didn't have to keep standing over Caden. So that's what makes them a leader. When we can have a conversation, and then I don't have to keep standing over you. Caden was doing service, but he wants to be a doctor. Everybody know Paige and Dr. Drain. Y'all probably need to trademark that. So, Ms. Drain, could you talk specifically about the importance of making the Presidential Service Award projects things that are related to your career?
Yes, ma'am. And for him, it became very easy. I mean, living here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, there are tons of medical resources and things like that. So, one of the things that was very near and dear to him was the snacks that we did with Children's Hospital. They have a food pantry that they feed patients' families, and they get low on snacks. So he made some calls, made some contacts. We did some flyers, like Miss Tundra said. We did the Amazon wish list, and it was just the most overwhelming thing for me to see the flyer being shared, the post being shared, and when the snacks start coming in, it was just like I had never seen nothing like that before. I have to be honest. And we ended up donating over 3,000 snacks to Children's Hospital.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. He got noticed by Clarice Tinsley. Caden, would you tell them about Caden's scholarships? Because you tell them about the scholarships and I'll explain the strategy involved. Go ahead, tell them about the scholarships.
So, one thing I'll say about the scholarships, and I want parents to know, my kid is very ordinary. He wasn't a 30 nothing ACT. We had a good GPA, 3.5. He very regular. I tell people that all the time. My kid is regular. But Caden produced his own full ride on outside scholarships. He attends Grambling State University. He is a senior as well, and the only scholarship that we obtained for Grambling State University was band. He is in the world famed Tiger Marching Band. Other than that, Caden's tuition and things has been paid by outside scholarships. So it is very possible. We didn't get married from Grambling. It was all outside scholarships. And did we stop? No. He just received a scholarship last month at the Bayou Classic in New Orleans from Louisiana Board of Regents. So it just doesn't stop, but I do want to give hope to parents. I've been seeing a lot of parents getting the acceptances and things like that. And speaking of scholarships, and I want parents to know, just because your student does not get merit from their university, that is not the end. That is actually the beginning. So please know there is hope for your student. Do not give up on your student, because we have some great kids that work hard, and it is work. That I do want to say, it is work for the kid. It is work for people like Dr. Thompson. It is work for whoever reading your essays, because you need someone in your corner.
Yes. So I'm gonna give you the last couple of steps on the Presidential Service Award, and I'm so glad this kind of worked out because I didn't think to tell certain people to be here, but Miss Erica Franklin is here and she's on my list because I need you guys to understand that it doesn't take forever and a day to do these things. The Presidential Service Award, you do have to earn it during our service year. You do have to be a student in the Zero Day College Project. You need to be recognized as a leader. However, it doesn't take the whole service year to do it. And recently, Miss Franklin's second daughter coming through the program completed her project. She did a career-related community service project. She connected with the local organization. She's been recognized all over creation. She got her money for school. And the strategy involved is that you're really releasing this authentic child. You're releasing this person that God intended them to be in the first place. So really be doing the Lord's work. And no more sharecropping education. So you're releasing your finances and your wealth for your generation and future generations. This is a teachable, learnable skill. And it's something that I want you to hear. There's families involved. Peyton has a little brother. His little brother already won a scholarship. The twins are twins. They're both in school without paying. And Miss Franklin is on her second baby doing this. And the strategy is you're releasing the real person through the service to the community, not to earn the award, but who I believe you should get your recognition. So I'll make sure you get it. And then you're using those relationships and that recognition. Now you have a powerful scholarship essay that you're going to use all the time, because getting all your money from the school through merit scholarships is fairly rare in the first place. And it's just the beginning, just like Miss Drain said. So Miss Franklin, real quick, if you can tell them that it does not, tell them about Sydney, I would say, because hers was the one where it was a clear beginning and end to the project. How long did it take? And tell them a little bit about how her results went out. Go ahead.
Okay. So Sydney, at the time, she was a senior in high school. Now she is a freshman at the Grambling State University. We're located in Arkansas, and Sydney actually earned her CNA license at the age of 16. So she made history at this state, in the state of Arkansas, and at her school, of course. Because she has a passion for helping others, Sydney came up with Sydney's Vital Sign pop-up shop. So what she did was took the vital signs of over 200 people within her community. She did the blood pressure, blood glucose, and she did blood oxygen levels. And then we also handed out swag bags. So with the help of the community, we was able to not only help our immediate community, but we was able to identify at least 6 people who had underlying health conditions. And they was able to go that following Monday to get that looked at, because they didn't know that something was actually going on. Because of that, Sydney does have a full ride, not through Grambling. Grambling did do one GAP scholarship, and she did earn a Baygood scholarship for $10,000 this year as well. But it was the outside scholarships that made the difference in for her to attend Grambling State University. Grambling State University may be a little bit different than other colleges. They may be the same, but what I saw, the difference of GSU versus the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, the tuition has to be paid in full before they can even register. So that's a little bit different when you have to have it 100% paid in full before you can almost step foot on that campus. So you have to have the scholarships. You have to do the work. You have to keep applying. You do not accept no as an answer. You apply, apply, apply. And I will tell you, in October 31st, Sydney was awarded the Let Us Dream award. She was the only student in Louisiana that received this recognition based on the colleges in Louisiana. So we're excited about her future. She's continuing to make strides to not only empower her community, but also just better help the health system and change the transparency of the way that people see and go to get help. So she wants to have that handout and know that people, it's okay for you to reach out and get help. Do not suffer in silence.
I'm gonna use you as a quick example. When you're earning the Presidential Service Award, you can do things like what you just heard or described Sydney do, or what you heard Katie's mom describe, or like our current community service project. I'm gonna ask her to do something that you would not be able to use for the Presidential Service Award, which is, I happen to know she has an organization that they are accepting donations, and you can donate and support her organization. Is a powerful fist in an area that is really needing her help right now in Arkansas. Donating, you cannot use for the Presidential Service Award, but it's a powerful way to help an organization. Ms. Franklin, would you put the link for people to support your organization in the chat? And if you also post it in the Zero Day College Project.
I will.
So when you are doing a Presidential Service Award, it needs to benefit others, not your family, not your friends. It needs to benefit an identified group, and you don't need to be receiving any kind of benefit financially from it. So you can't make something, sell it, get the money donated. That's wonderful, and that's a great thing for the organizations, not for the Presidential Service Award. This is easily enough done, because if you're in leadership, you're working one-on-one with me, I help you work it out, okay? I'm gonna real quick take questions by having you either unmute or put it in the chat. I'm gonna take about 3-5 minutes worth of questions. Remember, you can find me in the Zero Day College Project Facebook group. If you need to reach out to me, that's the place to find me. But go ahead and unmute if you have some questions. We'll take about 3 minutes, because we're gonna stop at 7:35, because it is time for Big Daddy Wonderful Mr. Uncomfortable Nick Thompson to come home for dinner on Sunday, and that's what we finna do next. Go ahead, Miss Hamilton.
Good evening. I just want to give a quick shout out testimony. If you're on the fence about whether you should do this or not, I can tell you from personal experience, you need to do this. What you said, Dr. Thompson, about the service, that's what it's all about. You all, it's about service, but it's also great to reap some of the benefits of being active and doing a community service. So I just had to come give you a shout out, Dr. Thompson. Hopefully I get to meet you. Mike is going to text you later on this week to see about how to continue to support. But I can tell you all, we're proof. My child, I'm Karen. I'm the one that was in the video. I didn't know you're going to show that video, Dr. Thompson, but I can attest it works. The Presidential Service Award, it is a game changer. It sets your child apart, but not only, which is wonderful, but it's about the service, and it's about them doing, something that's passionate for them. So I just had to come on and just tell you thank you, and we appreciate you, and we love you.
Oh, I love y'all too. I haven't met half of y'all, but I love y'all. Miss Andrews, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Hello, everybody. I just had 2 questions. One is, I assume that you can do this from another state besides Texas, right?
You saying, can we do it in another, what did you say about the last part?
In another state besides Texas, not the DFW area.
Yes, you're talking about you're doing virtual volunteer time?
Yes.
Yeah, the irony is that Miss Hamilton was just her daughter was our vice president of virtual
We're in California.
And they're in California.
Oh.
I have not met most of y'all. My daughter, Malia, who ran out of here, is picking up the helm, and she is now coordinating all the volunteers. The current project, yes, you can do it virtually or in person. It's always been virtual or in person. And so, yes, you can easily do the same things we're doing. We try to figure out what is it you can do virtually. For the one we have now, just fill out the form so that she can get you the training for how to do it. And then you're on your way. Okay. So there's always a virtual option. Okay.
Okay,
All
cool.
right,
Thank you.
All right. My daughter's with the math challenge. Does that kind of be in the 0-day cover? If she did the ones in this year, Little M, the 4th annual math challenge, your registration will include participation in the 0-day college project through Pi Day. So once you register, the town is going to cover you through Pi Day. So yes, this year, but in prior years, no. But this year, yes, it does. Yes, it does. And are there any opportunities to join leadership? She'll get no. So she can, if she participates in the community service project, that would be a great idea. Doing the math challenge, do that and do well, actually participate in it. Every time we have an activity, showing up is the key. And I mean, this little, it's not really a kept secret. Kids asking me for something, I rarely say no. A child asking me something, honestly asking me something, I try to figure it out. Your mama asking me because they trying to get you to, I can use, Dr. Thompson doing this for 23 years, I can usually see right through that. And then my answer is no, gone. All right. My student came the end of the 11th, can't come on, can they help on the 2nd? Yes. The training is on the 2nd, but the Aaliyah has a video training for those who can't come in person on what to do from home. So you'll still do it on the 11th or thereabouts, because you can collect the bricks on your own. You can submit them on your own. The build the heart, whatever it is you can do on your own. But you do need to sign up to participate in the service project. All right, and I think it's one more, I don't even have time. I don't have time for any more questions, y'all, because I gotta go. I'm going to dinner. But reach out to me through the Facebook group, and this recording is gonna be on there. You have your mail that you just got, the MailChimp before this. And so if you need me, you can always find me. All right. I'm gonna put the office number in the chat, and I'm also gonna put my website, which has a space for the 0-day college project on it. And so if you need to reach me, you can find me. Okay. I did not leave the universe. I'm just getting off this call because it's Sunday and it's dinner time. All right. I love y'all. I'll see y'all later. I see some hands raised. Y'all message me after. Okay. Y'all take care. Good night.